just coming through so staticky and broken. Yeah. So your muffled screams just coming in. Hello, and welcome to Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games. My name is Hayden. With me, I have Mitch.
Hello.
And Tap.
Hello.
Today, we're discussing Resident Evil. Requiem.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, that
For
one.
a dream.
Yeah. But before we begin, social media.
Tom.
Hello.
My name's Tom.
My name is Tom.
I do podcasts. Well, you can go to entertainthispodcast.com. You can also check us out on X, TikTok, Instagram at entertainthis_, and something entertainthis59
For YouTube.
for YouTube.
Yeah, make sure you go to all those places.
And patreon.com/.
Don't even bother pulling over to write that stuff down.
We say it in every episode.
Yeah. We get it right every time.
Look, if you're looking at this, in the little description of the episode, it has all the social media there. You can just look it up.
Yeah.
Or you can click the link.
Yeah, you lazy bum. What, you want it read to you?
You want us to try and read it?
What do you want me to do? Drive your car too?
Can't be bothered to read.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
Oh. Well,
Hayden played a game.
I did play a game, and I'm going to try and review it better than you guys did Titanic.
I don't
Not
know.
going to be hard.
Yeah. The bar was pretty low.
You sounded pretty tired of that episode.
I was.
Yeah.
Mitch is like, yeah, we're doing a show.
Tom introduced himself at least twice.
That was like the fourth time we had tried to record it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like my headset wasn't work. I forgot my headset. Yours wouldn't work. And it just not having the audio feedback. Like I couldn't hear Mitch's button presses. So I'm just like staring at him. And I'm like,
Bitch is just doodling away.
you just,
there.
just keep hearing this. Bilbo Baggins.
That's
It's like Titanic's a movie about a boat.
take one day off from the podcast, and everything just goes off the rails.
Couldn't be bothered because he had to work. Like,
I know.
What a loser.
And we get done. He's like, you guys still recording? Like, what are we doing?
We're almost done. All right, so I play this game that none of you have played, so I guess I'm just gonna talk.
This is
Resident
like
Evil.
story time. Like we're just sitting like by the
he's
fireside.
got to get his talk in from last week.
Yeah.
So this takes place in like 2030 something. Yeah, in the future.
Future.
Huh.
Yes.
Future.
Leon Kennedy is the main protagonist, I guess. It's kind of split between him and this new person called Grace Ashcroft.
Grace.
Yeah, great. Yeah. I kept wanting because people would scream Grace at her, and that's just Ferris Bueller. That would be like really intense, scary moments. I just start giggling.
I was listening to the one we did before, and Mitch said it, and me and you were just staring at each other, like just like you said it. It's like he said it, like we have to. It's like, and we're just like,
Get it out. Just get
Grace.
it out. Leon's 51 in this game. Yeah, they just gave him a little bit of crow's feet. He still is limber and
He still has
nimble.
great hair.
He does like roundhouse kicks. And
He
stuff.
does. He's just flipping around.
But he
and
does
stuff.
51-year-old roundhouse kick.
Oh,
He does. Well, actually, to be fair, he is kind of lazy in this game. Like not I don't think like developer intentional. It's like, oh, I can't get over this 2-foot barricade. I'm gonna have to go solve this super complicated puzzle because there's a trash can in my way.
He does a spinning back kick.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's
Don't be fooled. Hayden loves puzzles.
I
Like he has a whiteboard on a tripod next to his TV, so whenever that comes up, he's drawing it out. He puts on a little lab coat.
yeah. So like
He films it, and he's like, "I'm Professor Brandon."
me and my wife, and long ago, like when Resident Evil 5 came out, we played that together, and we actually enjoyed playing. That was like the first video game we ever beat together. Well, she's got like really bad motion sickness. Like she has to drive a car. If she's a passenger, she just gets super nauseous. So she was playing. We were going to try and do it for this. I was going to play Leon. She was going to play this girl character. And she made it about an hour. She just couldn't take it anymore. So she tried to watch me play, and then she couldn't do that anymore. And like the first 2 days of that was, we got about maybe 10% of the game done. And then the next day, she was like, just play it. just get as far as you can before, you have to go talk about it on the podcast. And I was like, okay, I beat the game. I move way faster without her. She doesn't have the experience of playing games like I do. So
Did you tell her you beat it?
Oh yeah, she was like, "What?" She was so mad. It took me about.
You're a horrible husband. How dare you?
She let me go. It was fine. Everything was fine. She was quite impressed, and she would like watch me do a puzzle, and I would let her try and solve the puzzles. And I'm just sitting in the back,
rocking back, and
just trying not to like lose my mind while she's figuring out how to solve a puzzle.
That's like the answer's right there.
Yeah. But we eventually got through it, and yeah, it took me about 13 and a half hours to beat it. It's pretty short.
That was a pretty fast game.
I mean, I definitely have experience, and I always play games on default mode, like whatever the game recommends to play on normal mode.
Yeah.
This is probably a game you could have done. You could have beefed it up a little bit, because I was flying through. I think I died like 4 times in the entire game. Yeah. So, and all the bosses, all their weird little weaknesses that you got to figure out. It's the giant pulsating orb that shoots out of its body. I mean, like every person who's played a Resident Evil game knows what to do. And they do dumb it down a lot. Like in the old days, I don't know, you ever played Resident Evil 1 where like...
not 1, but I played 2.
Yeah, you had the typewriter and you had the ink ribbons that you had to find and you had limited saves. So like it was really kind of panic inducing to make sure that you saved just right before you continue the story so you don't screw yourself as you played. This one, it auto saves. It's got typewriters for funsies, I guess, like I would still try and do the typewriter way. And I think it's called classic mode. There's a way that you can make it where you have to rely on ink ribbons, but I just did whatever the game recommended.
Is the camera mode still complete nonsense? Like it used to
no.
be from PlayStation?
So like since I think Resident Evil 3, they've kind of went away from that because Resident Evil 4 was third person with Leon. And then, they had 7 and 8, which were first person. That kind of had the resurgence and people favoring, because 6 was terrible. I didn't even finish 6. I think it's probably the only Resident Evil game I've never finished because it was so bad. And then 7 and 8 were first person. So 9, which is this game, Requiem, it's Leon is in third person like Resident Evil 4, and then Grace is in first person.
Grace!
Yeah. Because they and you could tell like they did that on purpose. They felt like first person would induce more fear and trauma, and she is like a girl that's like she can't do anything, like Leon can, obviously, like spinning tornado kicks, decapitating zombies and whatever. And Leon's more action oriented and heavy. And I felt like the game was 90% Grace till about halfway through the game it flipped and it went mostly towards Leon.
Okay.
So you kind of feel like you get the best of both worlds, the horror and the action.
I know, like I watched it's either a trailer or some kind of video where they were talking about how like Grace will go through an area and it'll be a lot harder and a lot slower paced, and then Leon goes through the same area and he's wiping out these zombies that she faced. Yeah.
There's a funny like little YouTube video where she's like fighting for her life, and there's this one monster called the girl, and she's like this giant, gross looking monster, Resident Evil monster. Just use your imagination.
Is that the one that fills up the doorway?
Yeah. You wouldn't be too far off with whatever you're imagining with that. And she's quite terrifying, like the first time you're introduced to her.
So this is like what you see at like Walmart in Panama City.
Yeah, but like 8 feet tall. Yeah, but the
Again,
nightgowns and everything. Yeah.
Well, cheetah print.
I laughed because the trailer also said they wanted an antagonist that the people didn't want to sleep with this time.
Yeah.
Vampire lady.
What's funny though is that vampire lady's costume, Grace can unlock it and wear it. And I'm like, wait.
That's just like there's just some dude just like some guy who wears sweatpants like with his t-shirt tucked in.
Yeah. But like, so the horror element was pretty well done. You do feel like, you're weaker and, because she doesn't have any experience in fighting zombies or whatever. She's like a rookie FBI agent that it's really dumb. They're like, hey, go investigate all these murders. And they just send this little girl by herself to go figure it out. She's like 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
And she's got a stutter. She's nervous, and it sounds like she's a little autistic, but whatever. She's got to go and
she's got some tism.
Yeah, she's got to go, solve a crazy
grisly homicides,
pharmaceutical zombie outbreak, And of course she's connected to everything somehow. I could explain the whole plot. Honestly, the plot's pretty dumb. Out of all the Resident Evil games, first off, why they went with Leon, I don't know. I think it's just because everybody likes Leon.
They just wanted to bring him back, bring the fans back.
But you got Chris, you got Claire, you got Jill, you got all these other protagonists that they've used in the past, and they just shelved them. Chris is like barely mentioned in this game, and none of the other protagonists are. I have no idea. And Leon is infected in the early part of the game. He's got this infection, and maybe it happened in 6, and I just don't remember it or didn't get to that part. But nobody ever explains why he's infected. So he's just slowly dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, they could have used a different protagonist. That'd have been kind of cool. And they didn't. So I thought they brought back this character, Wesker, from Resident Evil. He dies melting to death in lava in Resident Evil 5. And I was like, how do they bring this guy back? It's not him. It's just an exact carbon copy looking dude. There's some Reddit posts where some dude says it's a clone, and they started quoting things, and I was like, I don't want to do all that homework. Sure, he's a clone of Wesker. Pretty much, I'll just say by the end of the game, it's kind of inconsequential. And you know how like at the Umbrella Corporation was like the big guy behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Well, there's another, imagine the curtain, right? Where
The Curtain Corporation?
The curtain where Umbrella Corporation's hiding behind. There's another curtain behind that.
The curtain behind the curtain.
The curtain behind the curtain.
The umbrella holder.
So they're kind of like rehashing and like, kind of doing this whole like, they're not really the bad guys. It's this organization called The Connections. They're the bad guys. And I was like, can we come up with a better name? But
that's the best we could do.
yeah, they're all over it. And
Their symbol's a ball and chain.
gameplay wise, it's great. Story wise, I feel like they're just kind of trying too hard to keep the franchise going. Although I will say this, it is pretty cool that at one point Leon goes back to Raccoon City and to do part of the investigation. It's very post-apocalyptic because the missile blew up and it was a nuke or whatever. So he like goes into like the defunct Raccoon City Police Department, and you see all like the old puzzles from the game that you played as Leon, and they're all like broken and whatever. And you have to kind of navigate your way through, and the puzzles aren't like, the gothic horror stuff of the previous games. Now it's just like try and figure your way to shimmy through this debris and whatever.
You're like, oh.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting. And the each level kind of has its own version of zombies that are pretty cool. Action gameplay wise, I got kind of into it. And there's tons of unlocks that you can do after you finish the game. Does it motivate me to want to keep playing? Probably not. But, I was never one that was like, I got to unlock everything, in all the Resident Evil games. But, Yeah, and the ending, so it had a split ending. I won't tell you what happens in either of them. I just know that I picked what I thought was the right one, and boy, was I wrong. But if I knew it was wrong because like something terrible happens, and then the credits roll, and it's like generic, like 1980s movie credits, like they just farts the names up there, and you're like, well, that was pretty anticlimactic. Yeah. So then once you get to the end of it, you get all your achievements and stuff, and then it says like, do you want to go back and change your
You want to try it again?
Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And then I do that, and then you get a much cooler ending. So, and they set it up for another game. So
Of course I did.
yeah. But I mean, I dig the gameplay style. Also, remember how like Resident Evil used to be really like goofy English, like Jill Sandwich and stuff like that. They would say things. Remember that? Where like the first game, the room's like one of the puzzles is like Jill's in a room and the ceiling's going to crush her, and she barely escapes. And Barry's like, "You were almost a Jill Sandwich." Yeah, like all that
Stuff
weird.
nobody would really say.
Nobody would really, because it was like Japanese trying to interpret what Americans would say. So they've gotten a lot better. It's still kind of goofy, like kind of like soap opera-ish, over the top, like talking, and like the girl Grace, she's constantly breathing heavy because she's scared all the time. But all you hear is like, it's just like, it sounds like something else after about 15 minutes in your ear. And you're just like, all right, get it together, Grace. Come on.
Pull yourself together.
And there's a character that dies halfway through that you're surprised that they actually killed him off. And then they do the whole like thing at the end, like, oh, they're not really dead. They don't explain it. They're just, yeah, it's fine.
They walked it off.
Yeah, it's good.
It's just a just a scrape.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's good.
Tis but a scratch.
It did feel kind of like they shoehorned some writing to try and rush production. So yeah, story wise, meh, but gameplay wise, pretty good. And I'll say this: Capcom and maybe just Japanese games in general, they release so much cleaner games than anything I've played in a long time. I don't think there was a single glitch the entire game that I played.
Well, you hadn't been out long enough for everybody to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't even start Call of Duty without your game crashing.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So I'm just saying, like, Japanese game development companies are their quality control is way better than American.
Mm-hmm.
You know, America is all about like, we'll get his money right now, put it out.
Yeah, he's like, money.
We'll worry about fixing it later.
Here's the title of the game. Where's the game? You get the title. Money. Pay me. Give me money.
Yeah, that plane's not ready to fly yet. Well, we'll figure it out in flight.
You got to pay $5.99 a wheel if you want to land.
Yeah. So it was good. It was $70. Wasn't worth $70. I've played countless hours on like Arc Raiders
For 40.
for $40. You know, but I mean,
Remember when new games were just $40? Or even like 20?
yeah, back in the day, like Super Nintendo games.
Yeah.
But anyway, $70, a little pricey. If you're not a huge Resident Evil fan, I would probably wait for it to come down. I assume it will probably next year. It'll come down to like $40 or something. That's appropriate amount of money. There's even like an $80 deluxe thing where you can spend 10 extra bucks and get like an extra skin or something stupid. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
So one of the cool things is like once you beat the game, you see behind the scenes of how they develop it, and they have like all their actors doing the motion capture stuff, and they have like the camera rig where the camera's right there, so they can really capture their horrid expressions as they're freaking out and stuff. And that was cool to see how they did all that. It was about a half hour of content. The music's really good. And yeah, like I said, the gameplay is good. The only thing that kind of annoyed me is when Leon's in third person, right? So you can actually choose to switch between first and third for both characters if you want, but I chose to do whatever the game recommended. I'm used to playing Arc Raiders where you can alternate where the camera is on their shoulder,
Yeah.
right? Leon's stuck on the right side. So and I was thinking about that, like, I noticed that all of the maps favor the right side of Leon. Like they purposely level design that kind of thing. It's kind of like Legend of Zelda, right? Where like Link's left-handed, and so they usually for Twilight Princess they figured that most players are going to be right-handed, so they made that one Link right-handed and then mirrored all the maps just because of that, because they thought it would play better. And I guess it kind of worked that way too because the camera's always on Leon's right shoulder, and I don't know. It kind of annoyed me. Just make the levels however you want, but give the user the opportunity to switch whatever.
I mean, I don't think it shouldn't be that hard, I wouldn't imagine, just to have point of view changes.
I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like they were doing some really cool animations with Leon. Like when he reloads the shotgun, he'll combat load the first shell, and it'll take 2 shells in his thumb and pinky, and then load both shells at the same time, which is like a legit thing that you can do if you're skilled enough. And all of his loading animations are really good. One thing that was really stupid is he can never have anything covering his beautiful face. So he's always holding a flashlight. He'll put it in the crook of his neck while he's like reloading and stuff. I'm like, get this man a headlamp for the love. He's got all his tactical gears just hanging off of him, but he's got to just hold that flashlight, look like a cool, yeah. So, but all the animations and stuff are really, really well done.
I saw they had a lot of almost like assassination kind of kills, like Call of Duty. They had that for the zombies.
Yeah. I was fighting a zombie one time, and you do get like when you stun them, you get an opportunity to like take them out. The Grace just pushes them down, and then I just point blank shoot them in the head till they stop moving. But Leon can like do all sorts of crazy stuff. So I was like close to a corner of a wall.
So it does pick up.
Where you're at.
Okay.
Yeah, and you like roundhouse kicked it to the wall, and it like crumbled into it, and then he just like kept curb stomping its head against the wall till his head, it blew up. And I was like, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. Use your environment to your advantage.
It was. Some zombies like walk around with like pipe wrenches and stuff. And so if you kill them, you can pick up that item and then yeet it at another. So like you get really good at clearing fast with Leon. So you shoot a guy in the knee, execute him, drops an item, impale that guy off on the right, throw a grenade at that crowd over there. You know,
That's like Assassin's Creed 3.
yeah.
Where you could throw like that huge like wood cutting axe.
Yeah.
And you had like to plant, like he would plant and be like, yee. And you just watch him go.
My wife, so she's playing as Grace for the beginning part, and it took her like an hour and a half to get through like that first little kind of intro level. And I played as Leon for his like little intro part, 10 minutes, because like it wants you to run fast, and I know how to play as Leon. I've played him for numerous games. So yeah, once honestly, I took a breath of fresh air once I was Leon. When you're Grace, you're just like, oh man,
Darn.
I gotta like fight for survival and run from things.
Fight for my life.
Yeah. As Leon, the zombies are running from you. Get back over here.
Let me kill you.
And then he came, the beautiful haired man.
He did. He's got this goofy looking bob. And they try to hagger him up, give him kind of like a little bit of like droopy cheek effect and stuff like that. He's still beautiful. I wish I looked like that when I'm 51. Yeah. I can't even get out of bed and I'm almost 40. But
real roundhouse kicks and fighting damages the body.
yeah.
Unless you're Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny, like he's also infected, so he's like not his best.
He's just still infected for like 4 games. It's just like,
Yeah, he's just making it work. There was some weird spots in the map where like they talked about, they showed, because like the map is a giant road map. Once you unlock it to a certain point, you start out in one area and you work your way back to Raccoon City, and it shows some offshoot levels. And I was like, did I miss something? And I researched it, and they're not accessible. And then there was a part on the map where like the crater is, and they even named that area too, where the bomb hit.
So I wonder if they're going to add stuff later. Or?
They're going to add stuff later. They
DLC.
They were just like, that's enough of a story.
We ran out of time. Here you go.
13 hours. That's full send.
That's Japan's version of
Cut,
going.
paste, print.
We'll just give you that.
I mean, so yeah, it was good. I'd give it like an 8. It's not my favorite Resident Evil game, but it was not worth $70. I'd say $50 max. But if they add in some DLCs and some stuff, we'll see what happens.
I think the best game in probably the last 3 years that was less than that was Shadow of the Erd Tree, because that was $40, and that was like a full game.
Yeah, that was a meaty DLC. So
I mean, yeah, like Tom said, it was pretty much a whole nother game.
It's like $40 for a brand new Elden Ring.
Yeah, you have me. You have my money.
So, Tom, did you ever played the Resident Evil games?
I played 2 on PlayStation 1.
Me too.
And I hated it. I hated the camera angles, and they would cut to like real live action people.
Yeah,
and I was like, man, I played it for like an hour, and I was like, I don't like this.
They've remade those games now.
Yeah,
I know they had the re-releases.
They're all third person. I played through them all. They're good.
I remember playing on PlayStation 1 with Resident Evil 2, and I had seen my cousin play, and then because he was living in our house at the time, so I went to try and play it. It was dark, and I knew what was down the hall, and I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
It was one of the giant lickers with the big tongue.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go down the hall. I was like, I know it's going to come through the window. I can't do it.
When you play the games enough,
I'm afraid.
you know, because like there's a lot of ambient noise, and when it just gets like ghost quiet,
Jump scare.
you're like all the music stops, the weird air conditioning noises and things, the background noise. When it's all ghost quiet, you're like, okay, something's gonna come out and jump and kill me. and like my wife was playing, I was like, brace yourself. She's like, what? And I was like,
She's like, how did you know? So, is the girl basically like the nemesis or whatever of this game, where it just like stalks you through the halls or something?
Kind of. So she's afraid of light. Yeah.
Okay.
She like, if it's too bright, even like fluorescent lights, she just melts. I'm not trying to give away too much, but yeah,
Okay.
that's her problem. And she can like, she burrows into like the ceilings and stuff. And so, you think you're away from her, and then she pops out.
Sounds like Meltman from Action League now.
Yeah.
Meltman with the power to melt.
The first time she introduces you, they introduce her to you, you kill a zombie as Grace, and you're like, wow, I did it. With your little, she's got like a Derringer. It's like the dumbest gun. You're just
like a Bursa.
clinking away at this
380.
Yeah, at the zombie, and it dies, and you're like, yay. And then you see this big old hand come out from the shadows and grab it, and then pull it, and then you look up, and you just see her bite the head off the zombie. And you're like, ah. Yeah. That set me up. Oh, hey, Tom, there's a giant spider.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm not playing this game.
It was
I wasn't planning on it.
It was quite scary. It was not my favorite boss fight, that's for sure. I was like, I'm going to kill this thing. And
that's like when we did Shadow of the Earth Tree, we didn't tell you about the giant scorpion spiders.
Oh, yeah.
The one that drops from the ceiling?
Yeah. I was just like, because like we were going, I was like, let's just wait. and you're like, oh, okay. And you see your head go,
hate them things. But yeah. Also, there's this funny part. It's kind of goofy. It's not intentionally funny, but like Leon runs into Grace, and she doesn't have any weapons, so he gives her his Magnum, his classic. He's always got a big old hand cannon, and he gives her his. He's like, "Here, take this." It's got like 4 bullets in it. And I saw a funny post like, you should always trust your best friends like Leon trusts Grace's wrist strength, because that hand cannon just like the first time she fires it, she gets knocked in her back and stuff like that. And it is. I mean, if it's enough to like decapitate some of these bosses.
Yeah.
So there's also like goofy mechanics. Her shtick is like when you kill a monster, she'll drain the blood with a device, and she can craft things out of it. And you're thinking like, oh, okay, like bullets, because like they're coated in blood and somehow
does more damage or something.
Right. No, it's just blood in a bottle Molotov cocktail.
Blood in a bottle, grenade. Yeah. Blood in a bottle, lockpick.
Yeah, pretty much. It's blood and scrap. You find scrap and stuff like that. And you can make bullets. You can make blood in a leaf healing potion and stuff like that.
It's stupid.
They get kind of like dumb about that.
That is pretty dumb.
So
I don't like that.
But I was like, well, because my wife was making fun of it too, and I was like, well, I mean, where are you going to suspend your disbelief in this wild world of zombies? So I guess not there. So. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I can say without spoiling too much. But yeah, so you got any funny Resident Evil stories?
Well, like I was saying, I tried to play the 1 and I got scared.
Yeah.
I could not force myself to go down this hallway.
I got a couple.
Then I was playing I forgot which, I mean, this might be 2 when I did the remake version of it, where it's got like the big guy in the trench coat.
Yeah, Mr. X. He's back in this game, by the way.
I jumped and knocked my headset off playing that because I was playing, and all of a sudden he just burst through a door as the helicopter's coming down or something like that.
A lot of that stuff. You're just minding your own business.
And then bam!
Yeah. Hello. So, Resident Evil 4 got me really good. And it was so smart how they did it. Because you're playing as Leon, and the game starts out horror, and then as you get more guns and power and abilities to like just fly through these zombies, it quickly transcends into an action game. You're not scared anymore because you're so powerful towards the end of the game. Out of nowhere, you're like clearing out this one building that's like a kitchen, and everything gets dark and spooky again. And you're not even thinking about it. You're like, whatever it is, I'm gonna kill it. I'm powerful, and you're just like looking for loot and grabbing stuff. And then you get to an oven. It's like one of those walk-in oven things that they can like, cook big old meat things in it.
Big old horse.
You open the door and this dude on fire comes, just runs screaming at you. And I was not expecting that. Threw my controller up in the air. Oven man killed me. Yeah, that was so out of left field. That got me. I remember like thinking like respect. I did not see that happening. So.
Well, I've seen I watched the playthrough, I think it was 7, where they're in like the house where it's like the hillbilly people.
Yeah.
I watched that.
Weird game.
Well, yeah, because like there was one where like he goes to rescue his wife, and his wife like bursts through the hall.
Yeah.
And then he has to cut his own arm off with the chainsaw. I was like, what the heck is going on?
I don't like this.
And see, like 7 and 8 had like its own little plot line that I guess doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the games. I don't know what's up with that.
Well, I like how in 7 he cuts his arm off and then he just staples it back together and pours this liquid on it and he's fine.
Well, it's
I have seen that clip. It's just like, are you kidding?
it's because he's infected with the virus thing.
Yeah, I know, but
Doesn't he do it in the one with the Death by Snoo Snoo lady?
oh, I don't know. I haven't seen that.
No, yeah,
The big woman?
Yeah, he gets like mutilated in that game, but he's able to regenerate.
Okay, I hadn't seen that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the character, but
Yeah, 8 was pretty fun. They were just like, you know what this game needs? You know what Resident Evil needs? Werewolves.
because they're zombies and werewolves. Right?
Yes, and they're like, what? What's going
It's like,
on?
why are
And the
these
vampire.
here?
And a vampire later.
Okay.
Sprinkle in some Transylvania. In that.
Let's throw some of that in there.
Go wild. But yeah, the guns are the best part of Resident Evil because you can upgrade them, and you're always excited to see how what you can unlock and tweak and make better. I don't really like the upgrade system for 9 because, like 4, for instance, there's a merchant and you collect gems and you feel so satisfied when you get the gem from doing a crazy puzzle or defeating a boss or whatever. This Leon has a wristband.
He has a credit card.
He's got a credit card, and whenever you kill something, your credits just go up. It's so fruitless. You don't feel like you accomplished anything.
You feel like you earned it.
Yeah,
Well, and then your inventory system, isn't it where you have to like match the squares
yeah,
to
that's
make it fit?
That's always been like that
Okay.
since I
couldn't
think this
remember.
is the first game. Yeah, you've always had inventory management. So, and they like Grace has the magic box where she can stow crap and then come back to a box later down in the game and get it out later.
Okay.
Leon doesn't have a box. You can just sell crap back to the shop and then get it later. So
He just hides it all in his butt.
pretty much, Leon's got a lot of inventory, a lot.
Well, I know, like doing like the execution stuff, he just pulls out an axe or like a hatchet or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's his melee weapon. So Grace will have like a half a scissor, and she'll stab zombies with a dull spoon or whatever. And then Leon will have his brutal axe that he can like. And I broke it, and I was like, oh no! And then it said press X to sharpen, and he just and it was like back to full health. And I was like, what's the point of that? Just leave it sharp, That took no time whatsoever.
That's easy.
It's just an inconvenience in that one fight.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know the plot anymore of Resident Evil. Like, I saw the first movie
No, don't worry about the movies.
and Extinction.
Well, then
What's the one where they're in like Raccoon City? And that's like kind of just when it starts, and the guy from the Mummy's in it, and so Scott Farkas from.
That's number 2.
That's two. Okay, we saw that movie, and we were like, "Why does that guy look so familiar?" And we were just like, "It's Scott Farkas. He has yellow eyes." And we're like, "It's Sam." And he like does something like kind of heroic. We're like, "Yeah!" And like all of us like the whole family are just watching this movie, we're just like, "Yeah, it's that guy from A Christmas Story." And then like he's like getting like his neck ripped out like 3 scenes later by like a zombie dog, and we're like, "Ah."
Sadly, that is the best one.
Yeah,
They were all terrible.
But it's the best of the terrible.
because like what the best like what was it? Nemesis
Yeah.
shows up at the police
Yeah.
station, kill because like I can't remember the actor's name, but he's
Will Epps.
Will Epps.
Or, no.
Omar.
Omar Epps, yeah.
Because he shows up, and he's like a pimp or something.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, like the cops are going to give him a gun, and he like pulls back his jacket. He's got like gold plated 1911s.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Mine are custom.
he's like, my custom. And Nemesis shows up, scans the station, murks every cop and the sniper hiding, and then doesn't shoot him. It's like threat. It's like none.
Well, yeah, okay, because he's holding him, and then
And
he
he
just
just goes-
drops.
Just drops it.
Yeah.
And at the end, like they're all like wearing like black trench coats and sunglasses, like they're
Yeah.
about to do cool stuff. And it's just like, what is this movie? Because Jared Harris is in it.
Yeah.
And then
Is he
so is the
really?
German bad guy from like every World War II movie
Oh yeah.
of the last 20 years.
So the guy who made it, I can't remember his name. Is Mila Jovovich's husband. Oh wait, it's Paul W.S. Anderson, not Wes Anderson. It's
Paul W.S.
yeah, and he's got some deal where he can just make for like X amount of movies, and they're just trash.
Yeah.
Well, see, they made all those with Mila Jovovich. Yeah, I had to say it fast. Then you have the 2021 Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, where it was a reboot, where it had Robbie Amell and like Chris Redfield. It It was all right. It was worth a watch through.
I think I watched 20 minutes of it and I was like, nope.
Because I've
It's
seen
better than the others. It
then there's
stays closer to the game.
the stupid first one. You have James Purefoy's in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because doesn't he become Nemesis? I just remember the
guess.
laser puzzles. Because isn't Michelle Rodriguez in it too?
Yeah.
Is she really?
Yeah. There was just a slew of actors who you were just why are all of you in one movie together? And I just remember the BS laser puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's coming at the guy and he's all ready that it migrates and it's just like a grid of 1 inch squares.
He
And he
just
just
takes it.
stands there. He's like,
He just takes it.
Well, see, they had those movies. Then you had the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. Then they had the TV series on Netflix for one season, which didn't make any sense at all.
Oh,
Didn't
maybe it was a
follow.
TV series that I watched because that was.
Yeah, that was the one with the guy that does the voice on Destiny that passed away.
oh, Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And
The
now
concierge from John Wick.
there's another Resident Evil that'll be coming out, it says in 2026, with Paul Walter Hauser.
Really? The fat guy?
Yeah. He's in it. Let's see.
Is he going to be playing?
Austin Abrams.
I don't know.
Either way, it says it's going to be they're going back to a more horror-based franchise as opposed to,
The nonsense
Action.
they've been.
yeah. They want to reboot it, though, and make it more horror-based.
Okay. I don't know. There's so much goofiness in Resident Evil that it wouldn't transcribe to a movie.
It's jump scares and action.
It's jump scares in action, and then you fight in a Raccoon City, and then you have all these the T virus is it's mutating, and then these ginormous dudes that come out of like a 2-foot girl that turn these ogres and whatever. And then in a video game, whatever, you can suspend your disbelief because it's goofy, but transcribing that into a movie.
Yeah.
With all the weirdisms, nah.
Because the funniest part, Resident Evil 2, is the ending. Because the evil German guy, because he kills Jared Harris, and he somehow finds him at the end of the movie because he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Jared Harris's character, he's a zombie in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
And they're on the roof and they escape and the German guy he's shooting the zombies and he goes to save the last one for himself with a Desert Eagle, and he puts it up to his head and he looks at it, pulls the trigger, but he's out of ammo. It was a dud or something.
He forgot to count.
It was clink. And he just looks at there's zombie Jared Harris reaching up out of his wheelchair and he's like, nah.
Joe got it.
I'd say there is one game that I felt like it didn't get a good, what do you call it? Didn't get a good chance to be more than what it was. It was, I think it was Umbrella, Welcome or Raccoon City. I can't remember what it was called.
Is it Umbrella Academy?
No, no. This was the one where it was basically you were the operators.
No, it was an extraction shooter thing.
Well, it was basically team deathmatch.
Yeah.
But then you had the zombies in the middle. You're fighting each other, but the zombies.
Star.
Yeah. It was
cool.
It was an interesting concept, but the gameplay was just terrible.
Yeah.
That's with that Aliens shooter we played
Yeah.
for 2-3 days.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool
Because we had the best guns,
Yeah.
and then it was over.
It was cool that you're two different teams fighting each other, and you got to either kind of attract the zombies to them different ways
Yeah.
and stuff. It could have been fleshed out a little better.
Yeah.
It was an interesting concept.
I think
Kind of like Arc Raiders, throw a lure over at the other team.
yeah. But see, Arc Raiders has broken the mold on PvP, PvE. I think Capcom, especially the Resident Evil people, excel in single player games.
Yes.
They should probably just stick with that.
Yeah.
That
That or 2D fighters.
true fun. Yeah. So, but just branching out. Let's say, I don't know, Cyberpunk. Let's do multiplayer with that. Okay. I don't know.
Sure.
Can we stick with what works? Get that right first.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's been 3-4 years since the last game came out, since 8 came out. So,
Oh, really? I didn't know it had been that long.
I think so. I played it. Where did I play it at? I know I played it before I went to Iraq. So, yeah, it's been about 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
So, maybe they'll have another one come out
But you have to deploy again, and then it can come out.
No.
These are contingent. It's like there's a little clause, and like some guy named Hayden Brand has to go to some other country.
Terrible clause. I don't want to do that.
That's probably what we're waiting on for like Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, or Grand Theft Auto.
Maybe my kids will play it.
Yeah. I can't believe they canceled. They delayed it till what?
2027, wasn't it?
Is it like late 2027?
So it was supposed to be the end. It was supposed to be October of this year.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like May of this year.
And then they were like October, and then like 2027.
Yeah, and then I'll get to that. Then their headquarters is going to explode again or something like that. So.
Well, since we're on the topic of games at the moment, did y'all see where they had the John Wick game supposedly coming out?
I did. They kept preaching about gun kata stuff that he does in John Wick.
Did you ever play the Bourne Ultimatum games?
No.
No?
I
they had Bourne
I did
games.
Max Payne.
I did
like everybody
James
else
Bond.
did.
Well, they had the Bourne games where it was a lot of like hand-to-hand combat kind of stuff, but it was like almost cinematic because it focused on the one-on-one fight and stuff. Yeah. Those are pretty good. I think it ought to go towards that. Or have you seen the 007 gameplay for the new game?
He's a young Bond in this one.
Yeah.
Isn't he? So
John Wick, it ought to go more towards that. But I know in the John Wick game they already showcased that like it kind of like Resident Evil. He'll use the environment to like his executions or whatever. Like he's next to a frying pan. He'll turn and grab that, smash him in the face or something like that.
Weapons of opportunity.
Yeah.
So games that do shooting and melee fights, like you can do whatever. They do a good job of punishing you for switching in mid-fight. So if you're like in a gunfight and then you decide you want to punch a guy, you got to stop shooting for a minute and then get to your fighting stance and whatever. Like I'm trying to think, like the Matrix games. I don't know if you ever played those games.
Yeah.
They would punish you a lot for that. I feel like John Wick is going to try and find a way where you don't get punished. You do better.
And that would make it more akin to the movies if you could transition smoothly between those.
Right. But if you do the right thing.
Yeah.
So it'd be an interesting concept.
It'd probably be a lot of fight where you have like a toggle where it's just like quick press X now.
Yeah.
Like, and you get like a second to try to do it to like do something can like end the fight like almost instantly.
Saber's making it. They're the guys that did Space Marines 2.
Okay, well that's
for the Emperor.
They did good on that game.
Space Marines 2 is
transitioning between shooting and then hit him with that.
Well, it's one
chainsaw.
button. It's one button.
Well, true.
Hack and slash.
Yeah.
So,
but it's glorious hack and slash.
It's very glorious. So, I don't know. I feel like
that game got me into Warhammer.
I feel like games are always trying to do something new, which I'm not opposed to, but sometimes I just kind of want you to do the same thing but better.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
I came here because of my experience with the other games.
Right. like Halo, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 10 years since Infinity came out.
I guess, yeah.
Been a minute. And Infinity it was okay.
Yeah. I mean,
what was the one that came out we played? That
was Infinity. Where like it's a big open world kind of thing. That was interesting, but I felt like there wasn't enough between locations.
No, it was just a short little campaign.
Yeah.
And it's been so long since the last game before that, you forgot what Master Chief was even doing.
Yeah.
Or why.
Yeah. And so
because 5 wasn't great.
No, 5 was terrible.
4 was okay.
But
the original,
if they could just take and like the PvP, the multiplayer stuff was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine, but it didn't have a lot of resurging material that would come out to keep you motivated. Like Arc Raiders has got a pretty solid plan with the environmental changes and the constant updating of resources and whatever. It's tough to find that player loop mentality to keep people engaged into a game nowadays.
Did you say you saw some of the new Call of Duty? Have you looked at it some?
Oh, I sent it to you guys.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
It was.
I was just shocked. You said Call of Duty looks way better, and I'm like, "Who are you?"
It was a joke. It was a reel of Tim the Tap Man, and he's like jumping, and for some reason the sun is glitched into the ground. So the closer he gets to the ground,
the brighter it is.
You see his face like because it's like the screen's just widening him out. He's like, my eyes, and then like his dude like dies on the ground or whatever. He's like, you did it, Call of Duty, 100% better.
Totally.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I thought you meant like it was actually better.
Because I don't know what, because like I keep seeing like reels pop up and they're using guns like we used like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Well, because they copied Blackout, which was
What they had in Black Ops 4.
it's like they just didn't change it. Just like,
Nah.
we'll do this. Make it
Because
look
I'm
a little
like
more
that guy's got
modern.
like a Mac 10. I was like, that's from Cold War.
They have beaten that horse beyond dead. They don't know how to come up with new content.
no.
You know? And they're scared to, because like the space game one, everybody hated that one.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, we'll do more of the same.
And then they were like, World War II, you guys want that, right? World War II, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll add.
But they did
optics
they did Call of Duty World War II, which was like the campaign. I think was just better
Yeah.
because it was like real voice like actors and like you know,
Yeah.
imposed. So it was like it played well. It was a good campaign.
Yeah.
And then they Vanguard, whatever the hell that crap was.
I don't know.
That was just like you get it so you can get the cooler, better gun so you can fight in Warzone.
Yeah.
They've lost their minds with those games.
Well, see, like, I know you weren't a big fan of it, but I really like the DMZ mode that they had for a while that was, considered beta that they never went back to, where you had to go in
The
and
problem-
do missions and
The problem with Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, it was too slow. They like because for you, I know, but you had the Modern Warfare 2019, and it was like, whoa, like we're going fast.
Modern
And
Warfare
then
is not about
everybody's-
who can slide the fastest, the farthest.
So there's
But then they were like, hey, we're doing 80 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden you're doing 2, and it's like,
there's a term for like what it's called. Like Elder Scrolls has, I think it's called like encounter time.
Yeah.
And like I think for Elder Scrolls,
what online?
what?
What online?
No, sorry, Skyrim. For Skyrim, they said like you can walk like an average of like 15 seconds in any direction, and
Yeah.
you'll encounter something. Games like, I don't know, the DMZ thing. I just remember walking a long time and never accomplishing anything for like 10 minutes.
And like we wouldn't find anything, we wouldn't
find a
see
person.
anybody,
Yeah.
and we're just like,
What was
Well,
the
that's what I'm
point?
saying. I like the idea. They could have introduced like a few more teams, like player-controlled teams into the map, just to add more interaction. But
Or have, like the Arc Raiders mentality where like everything is lootable. There's stuff all around
Yeah.
you, You can't go like 3 steps without finding something. But then it might not be anything, but at least it was an encounter.
yeah,
So
true. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a beta that they could have improved a lot on. I like the idea of it.
Oh, that's another thing about Resident Evil that pissed me off. With Leon, he would like kick a stone and there'd be a rocket launcher under it. With Grace, she's barely holding on to life and she's like opening cabinets and they're all empty. And I'm
opens
like, give this girl something.
She opens a
dirty
pair.
plate, used Band-Aid.
That's our weapons crate. She opens it up. It's got a toothpick in it.
I think
There's a
they
slingshot
she opens
with a
pair-
broken band.
a paramedic's bag with a Band-Aid.
Yeah. Leon's, that's why Leon's so good. He's just lucky as hell.
See them both standing next to a rock. She picks it up and gets another pebble.
I feel like games just aren't as good as they used to be.
No.
I feel like the last 5 years has just been rough.
I think that the identity for what games are is in disarray right now.
Because I've been having a blast. Like if Rachel and the baby fall asleep on the couch, like take like a weekend nap or something. Because around like afternoon, I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna run upstairs and play Nintendo 64.
Oh, not playing with us. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, we figured that out.
Because it's 3:00 in the afternoon and you guys are at work.
That's fine. I have a Nintendo 64 on my phone.
I have the real one upstairs and
That's
through
cool.
TV. I've been playing Shadows of the Empire and I finally beat like the underwater sea monster.
Hey, Tom, I got a PS5.
Oh wow.
I'm just saying, I think games are good. The indie game market, I think, is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's expanded quite a lot.
Yeah, and you get a lot more bang for your buck in that. But the names, like the oligopoly that is controlling all the big stuff like Call of Duty or whatever, will charge you out the butt for a game, and you don't get the same experiences.
Right.
Because like Space Marines kind of did it right, where they were like, you could get the base game and it was like what, $60?
Yeah.
Was
And
it
then-
$60?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there was like the
No, it wasn't even
There's-
$60 for the base
I
game.
thought it was like $40.
it was like $40, but for like $50 or $60, you got like
all the skins. And
you got
crap.
all the skin stuff and you got everything that was going to come out
Yeah, all
for like
the
the next 4
DLCs.
seasons
Yeah.
of the game. It's just like you just prepaid it in advance.
Yeah. Also, the gaming market is saturated. So, like Helldivers 2, right? That was that was the thing for 6 months.
Yeah.
Then Space Marines 2, that was the thing for a little bit. Then Arc Raiders now, right? And sprinkle in some Warzone just enough to be like, nope, still not. Go
and
back.
It's like Warzone goes, and like it kind of just like peeks its head out, like hello. It's like get back out of here. And then what? Battlefield.
Yeah, Battlefield was a good one for a little bit.
Popped
too.
out for a couple of weeks and then fizzled.
Yeah, I think Arc Raiders right now is like the go-to.
I mean, it keeps me coming back just because, like, I did the expedition. It keeps me coming back because the stuff that I need isn't always easy, and because I can lose the stuff that I've already got.
Yeah.
It kind of keeps me having to need more.
I downloaded the finals. It's free, and it's made from the people who did Arc Raiders.
We played the finals, didn't we?
Yeah,
You talking about Marathon?
No,
Oh,
I did
We
finals.
played the finals.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like game show shooter. It's weird,
Yeah.
but it was pretty fun. The gameplay was solid, and all the like you pick a class, kind of you make a class, and you just try and kill all the other players with it. So it's a 3v3v whatever. So
I am bummed out that Elden Ring, Night Rain,
yeah, it was kind of bad.
didn't do as good as we hoped.
It was too much of a grind to get powerful in that game. You didn't quite.
Well, then you didn't get to hold on to your power. It was restart every game.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all.
And it was all just chance on what you came across and what you got. And so you might play that whole 30 minutes for nothing.
Yeah. It was kind of a letdown.
But I mean, hey, 2 out of 3 ain't bad for Elden Ring.
I mean, I did enjoy the game. It was hard to.
Apparently, Bloodborne 2 is coming out, right?
Oh, yeah?
Really? They're going to do
Are they going to do it? There's a
What's it been, like 15 years?
Yeah, there's a Bloodborne announcement. So people are assuming it's Bloodborne 2. What are they going to do? Another remake?
Bloodborne remastered.
Yeah.
It's like Skyrim every 5 years or something. We get a new edition.
Yeah, they might be doing that. But to be honest, I've never played Bloodborne. So if 2 came out, I would probably just.
I think Bloodborne's like what, the hardest?
They said it's like the best, besides maybe.
Was it Dark Souls 2 or 3?
I don't remember. Most people would say that Bloodborne is the best out of all of them, besides maybe Elden Ring.
Okay.
So
I saw where the new Wolverine game for PS5, it comes out in, I think, September 26th.
yeah, Insomniac, right?
Yeah, it's the same people that made the Spider-Man games. It looks really good, and it's got a lot of Easter egg and characters that, they have like connections to Wolverine, but not necessarily, his main people.
They need to make him comic sized.
Where he's like
5'3" or something.
I mean, it looks pretty cool.
Let's just be a mode comic accurate.
Something that I saw is like to incorporate the healing factor into the game better. The more you fight, like the more aggressive you are, the faster your healing factor. So if you fight somebody and then hide, your healing factor doesn't work as much.
So if you're just rampaging,
You'll heal faster, but you're also in the middle of the fight, so you can still get taken out.
Stealth mode is not optional.
Yeah, well, they said actually that it's required in some areas.
Really?
Yeah,
right.
like in some missions.
All right.
Because it goes through like the whole thing, like the Weapon X program and all that kind of stuff as well.
Interesting.
I wonder what the new COD's going to be this year.
I don't care. I really have checked out of Call of Duty. I've stopped my feeds, everything. Even my algorithm's like, all right, we'll stop showing you Call of Duty crap.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything for Call of Duty other than like an ad that was paid, a paid ad that comes up on Instagram or something.
Yeah, I really have not seen many Call because like nobody's playing it anymore. Like the big streamers
I
don't
think
do
it's.
it.
I think there's. Like,
They've killed it.
I think there's some computer
Stop it, it's
AI
dead.
that's like, this is what the people want, and then the CEOs are like, just send it.
Will it get me money?
Like I think their peak player count for the new game that came out was like 400,000 or something like that. It was abysmal compared to previous games.
Yeah, because Warzone was over 1 million.
Oh,
I think
Warzone
it was like over 2 million. I think.
Warzone was huge. I think it was in the tens of millions at one point. Remember servers were crashing?
Yeah, because it would happen to us.
Yeah.
I just know that right now on Arc Raiders, I did the expedition, and I think it reset my matchmaking because I have had the nicest people in my lobbies.
Have you looked at Marathon at all?
A little.
There's like a split community because I guess some people do like it a lot,
Yeah.
but it's another extraction shooter. I kind of
Well,
just
that they said like it's like Matrix-esque where your character has to plug in and you choose your avatar for the world, and then you have to extract and
it's weird that it's made from Bungie. I mean I know that Bungie's made Marathon games forever ago, but like That's what they chose to go with, was an extraction shooter.
And from the little bit that I saw, the graphics didn't look that great. They looked kind of bland.
I don't know.
You know what we need? Destiny 3.
I don't know if they're ever going to do it, man.
Yeah, they just keep pumping out
DLCs.
But they've been, how long has Destiny 2 been out? 6?
No, it's been longer than that.
7 years?
It's been longer than
At
that.
least 10.
It's been 10 years.
At least.
And didn't they do...
I've lived at my house for 7 years, and when I played it at the house I used to live in. So
Didn't they do the final light, and then they had a DLC after that?
yeah,
And you're like, well, when's this going to end?
Never. More Destiny.
the final light, the new darkness.
Like, I remember we would play for a little bit, do some DLC stuff.
Came out in 2017.
It's almost 10 years.
We would do DLC would come out every other year or whatever. We would play for just like the month or two, and then it's the same crap.
Yeah, you
Because
just,
eventually we just started beating it, and then we were turbo running it, and then
Yeah.
try to get all the cool stuff we wanted. Then it was like, all right, back to Call of Duty.
Yeah.
well, and then every week it's like, all right, you got to play these same levels over again to get the
Right.
new loot.
Yeah.
And you know, then the lore was interesting. I tried to like check in with the lore if I was going to play the DLCs.
Yeah.
Then I saw Star Wars characters, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't know what's going on with this game.
Well,
anymore.
they had one where you could get, it was like Gundam looking armor.
Really?
Yeah.
What a weird-
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of strange.
Oh, they have Gundams in the finals.
Oh yeah,
They're
They're like-
Gundams in Call of Duty. Because I had those.
yeah, you did.
You could be
I had
Gundam.
That's okay. I had Ninja Turtles.
Which was like a dark green or something blended with bushes, and I'm just running around in a pristine white burning Gundam outfit. Like, you could see me across the map. I rendered first before anything.
It made all the Gundam noises.
Yeah, I'm crouched down in my ghillie suit in a bush, and Tom's standing next to me in a big white robot.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I liked it. It made me happy.
Made
Hated
you
to run around shirtless like a Viking.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Just, like, we be in ghillie suits and hiding in bushes or something, and then there's Hayden half naked, covered in tattoos, with a beard down to his
Let me sneak up on
with a
him.
beard down to his wiener, and he's just out there with a lever action, and just like, "Arr, get him. Let me at him. It's like, he's over there. Where? No, nothing else. No more communication.
I never said that. You were the one that would never give distance the description.
I pinged them. You would never ping.
I never pinged either because
Yeah, I know you did.
I couldn't figure it out.
It's just up
Not
on the
quick
D-pad.
enough.
It's just up on the D-pad. Loser.
That's another thing about shooters that drives me nuts is everybody always has their buttons. Like, right trigger, always shooting. Thank
Left
you.
trigger is aiming.
Right? Oh, it's not unless you play Halo. It's a clicky in the left stick.
Yeah.
All right?
If you can aim down sights.
And God forbid you want to ping something from 5 different games, right? They're going to put it in some of the weirdest spots.
Yeah.
You got to hold down the select button and
Right.
hit the right trigger.
Yeah. Or, right stick, and it's just like, that's melee.
Too much.
Knife.
Melee's B for me.
Yeah, mine's always right stick. Click.
Because I always panic
just
and just
crouch.
start punching stuff. I like to panic and crouch instead of
My
panicking.
favorite is the panic mount.
The what?
Panic mount, the gun, where you could like pin yourself to something
Oh, yeah.
to like stabilize.
You can't get off.
And you're like, ah! And you're just like blast, like you were like on it. Like you're like one round away, and all of a sudden you're shooting like 40 feet above the guy. You're like, no! And you gotta find him, and then he's just like, bye, bow.
Have you seen like this dude? He's doing some shooter. It might be like CSG, Counter Strike Go or whatever, but it's VR, and he'll run around, and it's so like in tune with his movements that some people will start shooting at him, and he'll just drop to the ground and play dead. And the guy will walk up to him, and he'll shoot him in the face. It's like they walk up next to him, like ha! It's hilarious. That'd be a fun mechanic, like play dead.
Just
Well, we made it to an hour.
whoa!
Good job,
Thank you
guys.
for staying with us. If you're
Good
still
job.
here,
All right. Well, hey, if you have any ideas or suggestions for things that we should review, we haven't done a video game in a long time. I'm proud of us. Good job, guys. Good job playing that game
good job,
and
team.
reviewing it with me.
We did Arc Raiders
that's
like
true.
2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago.
We were with you in spirit.
Yeah. Thank you. That's what kept me going.
Yeah.
All right. But if you have anything to suggest, let us know on our social mediums, and we'll do it. We will. We'll absolutely do it.
Yeah.
100%.
He's got space dementia.
He looks like he has space. When he's blinking and one eye's doing it faster than the other.
I'm tired. Goodbye.
Bye.
Follow us at _entertain_this on X, TikTok, and Facebook,
My name is Hayden.
and Instagram.